Qatar's receipt of its first Boxer RCT30 infantry fighting vehicles marks a new phase not only for Doha's mechanized forces but also for the broader evolution of high-end wheeled IFVs. The delivery on December 3, 2025, represents more than a routine acquisition milestone. It signals Qatar's intent to deepen its integration with Western armored vehicle architecture and to enhance its ability to counter modern threats such as drones, precision-guided munitions, and dispersed infantry formations. For a military that already fields Leopard 2A7 plus tanks, PZH-2000 howitzers, and Wisent 2 recovery vehicles, the addition of the Boxer RCT30 closes an important capability gap, mounting a turret equal in sophistication to Germany's Puma IFV on a strategic mobility-friendly 8x8 chassis. This combination gives Qatar a firepower and survivability package usually associated with tracked vehicles, while keeping the operational flexibility and lower maintenance footprint of a wheeled platform. What makes this vehicle particularly significant is its counter-drone integration, something highlighted nearly 2 years ago during DIMDEX 2024 in Doha. Qatar showcased a Boxer RCT30 equipped with a passive RF sensor capable of detecting emissions from commercial drones operating nearby. In an era when quadcopters costing a few $100s can spot, track, or even strike armored vehicles, the ability to detect and classify them is no longer optional. The Boxer's RF sensor feeds positional data directly into the RCT30 fire control system, enabling the turret to adjust its aim automatically for aerial engagements. This is paired with software-based automatic detection using electro-optical cameras, a second, independent detection pathway designed to catch drones that emit no radio signal at all. Together, these systems push the Boxer into a new category of IFV, a platform capable of simultaneously fighting infantry, light armor, and low-flying unmanned aerial threats without requiring external sensor support. Qatar's procurement of at least 10 of these vehicles suggests a growing focus on layered counter-UAS defense at the tactical level, a trend now seen across NATO and partner nations. At the heart of the configuration is the German RCT30 remote-controlled turret, a fully stabilized, unmanned system developed for the Puma IFV. Its 30-2 Malawian Quachas per ABM cannon fires 30 by 173 mm ammunition at about 200 rounds per minute and supports armor-piercing, high-explosive, and programmable air burst munitions. For Qatar, this matters. Programmable air burst rounds dramatically increase lethality against entrenched infantry, drones, and soft targets behind cover. The inductive programming module at the barrel interface sets the detonation timing milliseconds before firing, allowing rounds to burst above trenches, inside rooms, or mid-air in the path of a drone. In urban warfare, an environment that Middle Eastern militaries consider a major planning focus, the ability to neutralize threats behind concealment without leveling entire buildings is an enormous tactical advantage. The turret's 360-degree electric traverse and elevation range from about -10 degrees to +45 degrees allow the gun to engage low-flying drones while maintaining strong ground support capability. The vehicle beneath the turret is equally important. The Boxer's 8x8 modular architecture, built around separate drive and mission modules, is one of its hallmark advantages. Qatar's IFVs are based on the newer A2 or A3 drive modules, delivering 530 to 600 kilowatts from the MTU-8 V199 diesel engine. With a combat weight approaching 36.5 to 38.5 tons, the Boxer maintains impressive mobility thanks to its independent suspension, steering on the first 2 axles, and differential locks on every axle. Road speeds exceed 100 km per hour and operational range can reach more than 650 km depending on loadout. These mobility characteristics matter in the Gulf region, where rapid redeployment over hard terrain, long patrol routes, and wide operational areas are common. Wheeled platforms also reduce maintenance requirements and logistical costs, 2 persistent challenges for smaller armed forces operating high-end Western equipment such as Leopard 2A7 plus tanks. Survivability is another major selling point. The Boxer's steel hull, modular armor kits, and protected ammunition compartment all support Qatar's long-term shift toward armored vehicles that prioritize crew survivability above all else. With threats ranging from anti-tank guided missiles to FPV drones, an unmanned turret significantly reduces the risk to the crew by moving ammunition and weapon systems outside the manned compartment. The Boxer's ability to integrate commonly upgraded armor packages and mission modules also ensures that Qatar's vehicles can evolve with emerging threats, something that tracked IFVs with fixed-hull designs struggle to match. Another strategic dimension lies in the international context. The Boxer RCT30 is experiencing rising demand from Western armies transitioning to medium-weight forces capable of rapid deployment but still requiring high lethality. Germany plans to procure 148 turreted Boxers for its new medium brigades. The Netherlands has committed to 72 vehicles with an option for 48 more. Ukraine fields 9 AITO-30 FDC variants for counter-drone protection of artillery units, demonstrating that the turret can support missions far beyond classic infantry transport. In this sense, Qatar is not buying an exotic or unique configuration, but rather joining a growing ecosystem of nations standardizing around the RCT30 turret and Boxer chassis. This drives down the cost of ammunition, spare parts, software updates, and long-term support. For a country that has invested heavily in German equipment over the past decade, logistical commonality is a major advantage. The deeper analysis reveals a geopolitical layer as well. Germany's continued export of advanced armored vehicles to Qatar, following Leopards, howitzers, and MRAPs, strengthens a defense partnership that has grown rapidly. For Berlin, Qatar represents a strategically valuable client that can fund development cycles and maintain demand for German land systems at a time when Europe is increasing defense spending but still struggling to finalize long-term procurement plans. For Doha, Germany provides cutting-edge technology without political friction, and the Boxer RCT30 fits neatly into Qatar's doctrine of fielding elite, highly mobile, and heavily protected units rather than large formations. Looking forward, Qatar's adoption of the Boxer RCT30 suggests several likely developments. First, the Qatari Emiri Land Forces will probably expand this fleet beyond the initial 10 vehicles, especially as integration and training mature. Second, the presence of a counter-drone-optimized IFV within Qatar's arsenal may encourage the military to pursue layered integration with radar-based systems, electronic warfare modules, and loitering munitions, areas where Qatar is already quietly investing. Third, the combination of Puma-level firepower with 8x8 mobility could inspire other Gulf states to consider the Boxer RCT30, particularly nations currently evaluating replacements for legacy BMP-2 and M113 platforms. Ultimately, the arrival of Qatar's first Boxer RCT30 vehicles is not just a procurement update, it is a preview of where mechanized warfare is heading. The fusion of unmanned turrets, programmable ammunition, high-grade mobility, and built-in counter-drone capabilities signals a shift from traditional IFVs toward multi-domain combat vehicles designed for hybrid battlefields. Qatar is positioning itself ahead of this curve. For observers across the defense community, the message is clear: the future belongs to wheeled platforms that can think, detect, and strike as effectively as their tracked counterparts, while moving faster and surviving longer. And Qatar, with the Boxer RCT30 now rolling into service, intends to be part of that future.